They say the easiest way to win hearts is through the stomach. Since times immemorial, people have bonded over food and drinks, and diplomacy is no exception. Food often is being used to flavour up relations between two countries. On Gravitas tonight, we bring you a report on culinary diplomacy in the 21st century.
The India-Australia Virtual Summit is 3 days away. The two countries will be discussing defense, maritime cooperation and WHO. And guess what's cooking in Canberra? Samosas, or Scomosas, as christened by Prime Minister Scott Morrison. He made them from scratch and served the triangular beauties with desi mango chutney. The Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi thought they looked delicious. The chef now hopes that the Scott-Modi and India-Australia combination is as unbeatable as samosa chutney. This is food diplomacy. The recipe is simple. Break bread together for a better tomorrow. Use food to win over other countries. Butter thy counterpart. Chop out the differences. And sweeten the diplomatic ties. Food diplomacy has been tried and tested over the years. It's a dish best served warm. Desserts are an exception. In August 2019, Russian President Vladimir Putin and Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan were seen getting ice cream. Erdogan was in Russia for the inauguration of an international air show. He and Putin decided to cool the summer heat with frozen dessert. Guess who picked the bill? Throwback to 2018. Chinese President Xi Jinping was in Vladivostok for an economic forum. He and Putin took time off to show their cooking skills. The duo donned blue aprons. On the menu were pancakes topped with caviar, vodka and diplomacy. In June that year, the two were seen picking Chinese recipes in Shanghai. In 2016, Xi shared a beer with the then British Prime Minister David Cameron. The two also bonded over fish and chips at a British pub. Food diplomacy is like lasagna. There are layers to it. This beer order may look hasty, but there is a story behind it. When it comes to food diplomacy, the menu is carefully curated. It needs to be unifying and suit the taste of both countries. Sample this. This was the menu for the White House state dinner in honor of French President Emmanuel Macron. It's a marble cake diplomacy, the best of both the worlds. When South Korean President Moon Jae-in hosted North Korean leader Kim Jong-un in 2018, the latter was served Swiss rosti. And guess why? Because Kim spent his school years in Switzerland. In food diplomacy, personal stories are often whipped in for additional flavor, but hand-picked dishes do not always go down too well. In 1992, US President George H.W. Bush made history. He was the first sitting president to vomit on the Prime Minister of Japan. The menu at the state dinner in Tokyo may have been too fishy. Bush was served raw salmon with caviar. They say the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. There's no proof, but world leaders have been getting on this for decades now. We wish them bon appetit. Bureau Report, WION. World is one.